Good evening. I'm William Ferguson. This is Common Sense. And please excuse the tardiness, but I had a problem with encoding. And I believe I have that fixed now. Anyway, what's going on in this country? Why are the Democrats so hateful, so full of lies, deceptions? In Florida and in Arizona, the voting is over, but yet they're still coming up with voting ballots. Why and how? Are these counties in this state that corrupt? I don't think this is going. Good evening. I'm William Ferguson. This is Common Sense. Please excuse the lateness, but I've been having a problem with encoding on my computer. Anyway, the Democrats seem to have gone crazy. Because they can't win fair and square at the voting booth, let's cheat. Let's steal. Florida, in Broward County and in Palm Beach County, they've decided that there weren't enough votes for the Democrat. So we have to go to the warehouse and get some of the old spare ballots that we have so that we can make the Democrat win. Does that sound good to you? Does to me. Not really. But it does to the liberals in Florida. And there's going to be another little thing I have going on here, and it ties in with this. The woman, I can't remember her name, that is the election commissioner down there in Broward County, I believe it is. She just has this attitude. And, yeah. Anyway, in Arizona, they're doing the same thing. Well, we have to have more ballots for the Democrat because we really don't want the Republican in there. And see, things are going haywire for the Democrats. They haven't won a whole lot. They've lost governorships. They've lost Senate seats, which is a good thing. They lost the White House in 2016. So the thing is, why is it that the conservative Christian Republican can accept the fact that Obama was president? We never threw little fits. We never said, oh, wait a second, there's a hanging Chad right here, so we've got to recount everything because of this hanging Chad. Well, if there's a hole in the ballot, I don't care if the chat is still hanging there, there's a hole where it was punched. And the law in Florida says that your votes have to be in, your ballots have to be in 30 minutes after the polls close. It's Friday. 30 minutes was a long time ago. I don't get it. Well, yeah, I do. The Democrats lost, and so now they're throwing their little hissy fit. I want the candy, mommy, or I'm going to throw a fit, and everybody's going to look at you like you're some kind of an evil person. All right, let's move on. President Trump held a press conference in the White House right after the election. And Jim Acosta started asking him questions. And President Trump made it clear that was enough. It's over. Your turn's over. And so the intern or the aide or whoever that young lady was, she went to go get the microphone so she could give it to somebody else. But Jim Acosta decided he was going to strike her on the arm with his wrist. And it's on video. I watched it live, okay? And it's on video, And a woman named Sunny on The View decided that it was the young lady that assaulted Jim Acosta, rather than Jim Acosta assaulting the young lady. Lie. That was a bald-faced lie, and it was trying to convince the uneducated, unintelligent, liberal people that what Sunny says is right. If she assaulted Jim, then that's right. That is true and correct. But it was like the election commissioner in Broward County, because she was approached a few years ago about some shenanigans that were going on down there in a prior election. And she, oh no, wasn't me. Nope, you're trying to make a joke out of this. I don't want to hear it. Goodbye. But you got to listen to me, because I am. I don't lie. You have to believe what I say is the truth. And it's funny, because you've got these Democrats trying to press the idea that what they say is the truth. What about the conservative Christian Republican? Is what we say a lie? Everything that we say is a lie? Is it? I can prove that what Sunny said is a lie. I've seen the video. Okay? And another bold-faced lie that Joy Behar told was that it was the first press conference that Trump had held. No, it wasn't. Not even close. I'd been watching his press conferences, and he has done many press conferences. That's probably why he got a little short with Jim Acosta, because he knows his tactic. And he said, I'm not having that today. And he wasn't. And so, another lie is that President Trump was the one that had Jim Acosta's credentials taken so he can't get into the White House. No, the press secretary is not the president. The press secretary is Sarah Huckabee Sanders. She is the one that signed off on taking Acosta's credentials. There you go. So there's another lie that was being told by the liberal left. And, you know, it's amazing. The liberals, they go crazy. When something good happens, they just go crazy. They just lose their minds. It's like I did in my last video. Pelosi was saying, oh, she's going to do this and she's going to do that. It's going to be some bilateral agreements on this, that, and the other. And, well, Pelosi, the president, has already done what you say you are going to do. You're lying through your teeth. Again, lies. And I don't understand how these Democrats can get into office. Well, yes, I can. Because the people they're talking to aren't very intelligent. Okay? The liberal side of this society cannot be very intelligent. Case in point. Tucker Carlson. If you don't live under a rock, you know that there was a mob that surrounded his house. And they surrounded his house, and somebody with a bullhorn was saying, Tucker Carlson, come out. You know, if these people had half a brain, which I doubt that they do, they would have realized he was on air at the very time they were at his house. Of course, it only takes a genius to figure that out. But then they don't watch Fox News, so I would suppose they wouldn't know when he's on. However, If you were going to go to a TV personality's home to cause them grief, wouldn't you want to make sure they were home? But instead, his wife was home. And it's a very good thing that his girls weren't home. But his wife was home. And she locked herself in the pantry and called the cops. And that is sick. Okay, that's not how this country works. How this country works is honor, respect, the sanctity of marriage, which is between a man and a woman. Nothing else. There is no other marriage. Only that of a man and a woman only. Because only a man and a woman can bear children. It takes two, one of each gender. And I don't care how many times you change your outward look, your chromosomes are going to tell the truth. If you're born male, you are male. If you are born female, you are female. Period. All right? And the liberals want to push. You can be whoever you want. No, you can't. In the end, if you disrespect who you are by saying, you know, I don't respect who I am, I'm going to be somebody else, you're telling God you hate Him. You hate what He has made. So you are going to play God. It don't work that way. The people that are promoting violence, they don't understand. That's not how life works. Violence is not the answer. Communication is part of the answer. Compromise is part of the answer. Forgiveness is part of the answer. Understanding is part of the answer. We don't need violence. We need to help one another. Jesus, when He was here, He gave us 2 commandments. 2. To love God and to love your brother. And He also said, if you don't love your brother, then you don't love God. So if you're a liberal Democrat trying to make yourself look like you are God, God doesn't like that. If you are a person trying to help your brother in whatever way you can, then God will recognize you. Now, if you believe that Jesus died on the cross to forgive us of our sinful, evil nature, our ways, and you ask Him for forgiveness, and you turn from your wicked, evil ways, then God will really accept you. And His Spirit will come live with you, to help you, to guide you, to keep you, to help you to maintain peace, a serene mind, a joyful life. That's the way it works. Man cannot do it on his own. Man has got to have God. But because man is evil, man must accept the sacrifice of Jesus, turn from his evil ways, seek forgiveness, and live. And God will move in your life in great ways, in ways you never expected. And that is how the Christian conservative deals with all this hate and violence. We try to show you in our daily lives that we are at peace with one another, with our God. Even for those of you who hate us, you are the ones that get the most prayers, because you are the ones that need the most prayers. You don't need hate, you need love. That's all I've got for now. Please pray for the leadership of this country. Please pray for the military, first responders, and such. Please pray for the caravans that are coming up through Mexico, that they will turn back and come in the legal way. That's all I've got for now. I ask that you join me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 p.m. Central Time for Common Sense.